Hi, this is Manjari Singh from Law School 101 and this is another video in the English series brought to you by Law School 101 for CLAT aspirants. Articles and prepositions are important topics that are not only very easy but also relatively quicker to solve. Keep an eye out for these questions to score quick points in your examinations. In this video, we will navigate through a brief explanation on articles and prepositions and then work through all the related questions from the previous year CLAT and IELTS papers for 2017, 2016 and 2015. The order has been listed below for convenient movement to required sections and the answers will be marked with a green arrow. Let's begin with articles. Articles are a and the. They are divided into two categories, definite and indefinite. Indefinite articles refer to an unspecific entity. These are usually mentioned when a new entity is introduced which hasn't been mentioned before by the author. The indefinite articles are a and an. Definite articles refer to a specific entity. These are used in sentences to mention something already introduced by the author or known to the reader. The definite article is the. Let us introduce ourselves to the first common error made by many students, and that is inserting an article where it is not required. For example, I live in dash Paris. In this example, the answer is the fourth option, no article is required. The second error is when dealing with weights. For example, he sold me bananas by dash dozen and not by dash kilo. In this example, the answer to both the blanks is the. He sold me bananas by the dozen and not by the kilo. The next part of the video is prepositions. Prepositions are words used in front of nouns to link parts of sentences or show relation of nouns with reference to time or place. There are two broad categories of prepositions, time and place prepositions. Another classification is simple, compound, double, participle and phrase, which was dealt with in detail in the previous video. Time prepositions are through, during, before, after, past, etc. Place prepositions are up, down, above, under, or, in, at, across, etc. Now we will see some common errors made by students on this topic. Common error 1 is the difference between for and since. For is used when a time period is mentioned. Since is used when a specific point in time is given. For example, the first one is she has been living here dash 5 years. The second is she has been living here dash 2012. The answer to the first example is for and second example is since in accordance with the explanation discussed. The second common error is the difference between on and in. On is used for specific days and dates, whereas in is used for longer periods like months or years. For example, Valentine's Day is dash 14th February and the second sentence is Valentine's Day is dash February. The answer to the first example is on and the answer to the second example is in, as explained earlier. The third common error is when a preposition is not required. For example, she entered dash the party. In this example, no preposition is required. Now we will begin discussing the questions from previous year papers for practice. Before we begin, make sure you are relaxed. The application of these concepts as they come in the exam is very simple. Let's begin with CLAT 2017. Question 1. She stood dash Amit but could not utter a single word for quite some time. The answer to this question is part A. This is the correct preposition as one stands before someone. The other options are grammatically incorrect. The second question is Kanik is endowed dash many great qualities. The correct option is B. Endowed is always used with. This is a pair that always comes together. Question 3. The minister flew dash the flooded areas in a helicopter. The correct option is option B. This one can be solved through simple elimination of options even if one does not know the answer. The other options are evidently grammatically incorrect. Question 4. The doctor advised him to go dash several medical tests. The correct option is C. Again, this is a simple question that can be solved through elimination. Question 5. The passengers were very happy dash the friendly and warm treatment. The correct option is again C. The other options do not make sense. Question 6. Sunita decided to set dash sometime every day for prayers. The correct option is C. Set aside is a prepositional pair and these words always come together when used in this context. The IELTS 2017 paper had many new formats of questions that ended up being a little time consuming for some, but this video will help you breeze through them. This question asks you to match the sentence fragments given in part I to part 2 and to match the essence of the conjunction or preposition as given above in 1, 2, 3 or 4. Don't worry, it's not as complex as it sounds. The easy solution to this question is to begin with matching the sentence fragments and not looking at the preposition or conjunctions given above for the time being. To make it quicker, the solution is to go straight from the answer options. Once you have figured out from which part of 1 goes with 2, you can then recheck your selected answer in the answer options with the given preposition or conjunction given above. For example, in the first question, the first sentence is I took my raincoat and umbrella. This matches with C option, which is as the weather forecast was so bad. The matching prepositional or conjunction from the options would be seeing that. In this way, you have one option sorted and you can match this from the answer key and eliminate the incorrect options. Alternatively, you can begin with the answer options and see if they make sense by trying out the first triplet match for each option, whichever ends up being faster for you. Same with the second question. The first option is we have decided not to go on a holiday this year. This matches with C option because we want to save money for a new car. Best matching with the prepositional conjunction phase in order to, that is the second option. Now the questions from CLAT 2016 will be discussed. These are simple and not much time will be spent on these. If any additional explanations or clarifications are required, please feel free to ask a question in the comment section below. Question 1. Her parents have arrived dash the airport. The answer is at. Arrived at is grammatically correct. The second question is they returned home dash a taxi. The correct answer is in. They are in a taxi. Question 3. I have never come across dash anyone as rude as him. The correct answer is across, as per grammar rules and usage. Question 4. I can't bear dash late. The correct answer is being. This question can easily be solved through elimination. Next are questions from IELTS 2016. Question 1. I first met Sohan on a beach dash Kochi. I later found out that he had been a carpenter and a dustman dash amongst other things. The answer in this is D, near and among. Double blanks are an advantage because they give you two shots at finding the right answer. Make sure both the blanks make sense when put together. This is the key to solving double blanks. Question 2. I notified dash I had changed my address. The correct option is B, the bank that. Remember to not make the common error discussed of adding a preposition where it is not required. Question 3. When did you last hear dash Don? He phoned me just this morning. He's coming to Delhi this week, so we agreed dash a time and place to meet. The correct option is A, from and on. Heads up, this is another double blank that should be very easy for you by now. Last becomes the questions from CLAT 2015. These were relatively more complex than those discussed so far. Question 1 was to identify the incorrect sentence or sentences from the four given below. The correct option in this case is B, that only C is incorrect. Broke into a buckle doesn't make sense. Broke into a toy trot, or broke into a gallop would have been correct. Question 2. This question again requires you to identify the incorrect sentence or sentences. The correct option is B, that only the fourth sentence is incorrect. Run over is associated with some vehicle amongst its other meanings. The correct usage would have been run him down. The last question for the video requires you to identify the incorrect sentence again. The answer is D. Both C and D are incorrect. C is a common error discussed in the video. The use of an article A in front of reason is unnecessary. In option D, the article A is missing before profitable business, which makes it incorrect. Thank you for watching this video. For more resources, follow, like and share our page Law School 101 on Facebook. Also subscribe to our main YouTube channel by the same name. Also, we encourage you to post your doubts, queries and questions in the comment section below. These will be replied to within reasonable times. Best of luck, law aspirants.